Hey, what up, everybody? I'm Mikola. I know, it's been
1 week since you looked at me.
another, 85 months. And I'm sorry. But, hear me out. I didn't want to do any videos. But now we're back, and I'm gonna do another top 12 of my favorite movies from the 2023. And if you saw the video last year, I did top 12 because of this is how it looks on Letterboxd, and I like how that looks better than their little top 10 list. And I know that has no bearing on this video at all, but I'm doing it anyway. And I know normally I always start off by saying how these videos go way too long and then editing takes way too long, but I'm not going to talk about that this year like I just did. And we're just going to get into it. We're just going to talk about movies and stuff. And this is my 12th favorite movie of the year.
Peach likes pink, and Princess Daisy likes purple.
Guys, I have a confession to make. I really, really, really liked the Barbie movie. I know. He must really like women. Well... I liked the movie Barbie so much that I bought Barbie, and I bought Barbie, and I bought two little Barbies, and I bought two bigger Barbies. I bought my first ever Barbie doll. Look at a little Ryan Gosling on. I really enjoyed the movie. I think I ended up seeing it 5 times in theaters, and then I watched it recently at home. It just kind of hit at a really special time in a bunch of different ways, and was one of the most fun experiences at the movies I've had in a really long time. Just to talk about some really quick things, Ryan Gosling, obviously incredible. Margot Robbie. Margot Robbie is also excellent. Obviously she looks the part, but she really brings an emotion to the role that I don't know who else really could have done. Definitely not Amy Schumer. But yeah, even just the little the background Barbies and Kens, they are all great. And Greta Gerwig does a great job directing, as always. She's definitely one of my favorite directors of all time. And it is just really cool to see her get a budget like this to make something just so fun. It's just a good, fun movie. It's not the best movie that's ever been made. That's why it's number 12. Number 11 is when we get to the best movies ever made. But, yeah. I love Barbie. I'm a Barbie girl. I'm Knuff. I'm just kidding.
Meep.
Alright, my number 11 movie of the year is a movie that I really genuinely still do not know how to talk about. It's Asteroid City by the fabulous Wes... Where is he? There he is. By the fabulous Wes Anderson. Yeah, this is a movie that I've still only seen once, and I'm desperate to rewatch it, even though I own it and can watch it literally whenever. But there's just so much that I love about this movie, especially just things like the production design is fabulous. The little the Roadrunner, the little animatronic Roadrunner is incredible. This thing had a budget of $100 million, and there's 80 A-listers who normally get paid $100 million to be in movies. And it just really is a testament to Wes Anderson's, how professional he is, the kinds of movie that he makes, that all these A-listers wanted to be in this movie for probably $5. I don't get it, but I don't care. That's also the point, I think. There's the scene where Jason Schwartzman is I don't get the play. And Adrian Brody is all hot and says, Adrian Brody says that you just gotta do the play. You don't gotta get it. And, this is a really special one that I definitely want to keep watching. This was actually the first year I watched any Wes Anderson movies, and now I'm up to I've watched half of them, so that's pretty sick. But yeah, great movie. And also Margot Robbie... performance in this might even be better than the one in Barbie. I don't know. That's my opinion, man.
I love movies. Gosh, I love movies.
Alright, my number 10 movie of the year, spoiler for the rest of the list, is my second favorite action movie of the year. John Wick, Chapter 4. At the beginning of the year, I had not seen any John Wicks, and then one day I literally watched all 3 in a row, and I think it turned my brain to, like, mush. Like, I enjoyed all 3 of them, but by the end of it, I was like, I don't know how to even talk about any of these. Besides, like, the good action, Keanu Reeves goes, yeah, and it was a lot. And then I saw this little gem of a movie, and just absolutely blew me away. Definitely my favorite John Wick movie. The stunt work in this movie is just incredible. The stair fall that is just so hilarious and incredibly well done. The top down scene with the dragon breath shotgun and the French did they the circle. That was incredible stuff. Keanu Reeves obviously like just oozes with charisma and star power in this, even like though he says like maybe 30 words in the whole thing, half of them are yeah. He's so good. But the real standout for me personally is Donnie Yen. He's just, God, what a man. You just gotta see it for yourself. If you haven't seen this movie, you're doing yourself a disservice. You gotta watch it right now just to see Donnie Yen eat some ramen and then kick a bunch of dudes' asses with a stick. It's the coolest thing I've ever seen. There's a big guy in this. He's a stunt guy that they put makeup on, and then he goes, and it's the funniest thing in the world. If you liked that little snippet about me talking about this, there's like a whole podcast that I was on that you can listen to that I will put in the link below in the bio. Yeah, we talked about John Wick with my buddy Udi and Luke and Dan, and it's pretty sick.
What is the tickle skin?
Glizzy.
My number 9 movie of the year is the only superhero movie this year. I thought I was done with it, but then a little itsy bitsy little spider guy just had to come and be really, really good. This is one of the best looking animated movies of all time. I feel like every single frame deserves to be studied. Like, you could hang it up in a museum, you could slap that on your wall, you could look at it, and you could be like, I know a little bit more about animation now. It really is spectacular to see. Obviously, like, working condition stuff, not great. We should improve that. But just looking at it as a movie, there's so much good stuff in here. The score is incredible. I had to go out and buy that score. You know I had to. You got the you got the Gwen Stacy. She goes and she's like awesome and stuff. I think all of the voice work in this one is also incredible. Everyone really brings their A game. I especially really like Eddie Seinfeld as Mrs. Little Gwen Gwab Stacy. Shea Wiggum's in this. Not the last time we're going to be talking about him today. But I love Shea Wiggum in this. Oscar Isaac, also a great voice performance. Really great job as the blue spider guy. Really good as Spider-Man 2099. And then standout probably for me is Daniel Kaluuya as Spider-Punk. Even though I can't understand a goddamn word that he's saying, he's really funny.
That's Daniel Kaluuya, by the way.
Daniel, what did I say?
Kalula.
Kalulu. I'm so Delulu. I'm so Delulu for Kalulu. I'm very excited for the next one whenever it decides to come out, whether that be in a year or 8 years, whatever. Just give them as much time as possible to make the best looking movie they possibly can, because this really sets it up for greatness. And again, just can't emphasize enough how incredible this movie looks.
Hooked on a feeling. Blue Swede. 1973. That song belongs to me.
This next movie is literally an upset because I saw it not 4 hours ago. Sorry, Killers of the Flower Moon. I'm so sorry. You got bumped because I saw the movie Perfect Days by Wim Wenders, and holy Jesus Christ. Maybe a perfect movie. A perfect movie where really not much happens. It's just about a guy who cleans toilets, and he goes around the city. Tokyo is the city. It's like 2 weeks of his life, and you just kind of see him exist, and it's like the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. The standout of this movie is, of course, the main character, Hideyama, played by Koji Yakusho. Absolutely mesmerized by this guy. Like, the cutest guy I've ever seen. He's got such a smile. Anytime you smile, he smiles, you just kind of, like, fall apart. Because he's just, like, you've never seen someone look so happy. Even though he might not be happy. There's just a lot of moments that really focus on just the little parts of life, the things that most people might think of as mundane, and we see our main character see the beauty in those little moments, and it really is just a film that kind of floored me. I want to watch it again as soon as possible, and I just saw it 4 hours ago. It's my first ever Wim Wenders movie, and now I gotta go watch all of those now, so that's more homework for the mic. But yeah, definitely check this one out. We had to travel to a city to see it, but maybe it's closer to you, or maybe it's on Paramount Plus or Pluto TV by now. We don't know. Maybe it is. We don't know. For sure.
You've been requested.
What?
By who?
Dude, who cares? For $40? I'd caddy for Godzilla.
My number 7 movie of the year was Godzilla -1. Maybe also minus color. I don't know if we can call those separate movies, but God, they were so good. I've never seen a single Godzilla movie before, but I went into this because, you know, big lizard guy. AMC A-list plus Big Lizard equal a great time at the movies, right? Not only was the Godzilla stuff, like, incredible, the first time that he shows up on screen, I was in the theater in, like, the front row, and it was a Dolby theater, so the sound was really loud, and I was right next to the screen, so I thought I was gonna get eaten by Godzilla, because he shows up, like, in a horror movie kind of way. The real star of the show is the script and the human characters, surprisingly. I know a big complaint over the years from Godzilla fans has been that the human characters are always boring, and we just want to see the big monster destroy the city. But this, see, like, the way you fix that, it's not by taking out the human characters. You actually just make them good and make you care about them. And you make Godzilla really scary. So it makes you care about the characters and makes you feel for them and stuff. You know, like how you do with other movies. They did that to this movie, and it was like a real movie where there was a big monster, and that was a big ramble. I really enjoyed this for not being a Godzilla fan. It definitely made me want to go check out the original one from 1954. Looking at my Godzilla head over there, confirmed the year, thank you. And I've also heard that Shin Godzilla is really good from 2016. Okay, thanks. Also, the score is just beautiful. I know, like, a lot of it is taken from the original one, but I don't know, the way they remastered it or whatever sounded awesome, and I just wanted to go fight the big monster myself. I wanted to go into the water and punch him, and I had the power that my indomitable human spirit was gonna, like, kill him for me. I was hyped, guys. I was really hyped.
I'm joking.
I'm joking. I wasn't hyped. I was scared. All right, my number 6 pick of the year is The Holdovers, starring big old Paul Giamatti. Rhino! Anyway, in this one, he's a teacher guy who's really mean, and Dominic Sess is here, and he's like just the wow. When I heard that this was his first performance, I was completely shocked, and I don't know, I get, like, he's probably just kind of being a kid, because he is a kid, so you don't have to act too much, but I still feel like, some of his, like, far off stares and just, like, the little nuances throughout the movie really, 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 really got me like engaged with this kid. And then Davina Randolph-Joy, also incredible. Just a really stacked trio right here. And just such like a staggering film to watch. Like the parts that are shot outside, like the snow looks so stark. And the scenes that are in Boston just look so, I don't know, there's just a crispness to them that make you really feel like you're in, I don't know, you're in Boston in the Christmas time, and it's the Christmas time. It really is just like such a cozy movie, and the only way I can really explain it to you guys is that the day that this came out on digital, I bought it, even though I knew I was going to buy the Blu-ray, and I watched it on my TV under a big old blanket, and I had a homemade bowl of broccoli cheddar soup, and it was probably the most important moment of my life. I've never been cozier. I highly recommend it.
We decided to do our premiere in Rome. Get it? Rome, Roman. Rome, Roman.
Now, eagle-eyed viewers will be reminded that last year I watched a movie called Top Gun Maverick, and a little bug crawled on me and bit me in the neck called Tom Cruise. And I fell in love. Aww. And I said I was so excited to watch the Mission Impossible movies. And now here we are, where Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1, You Can't Tell Me Otherwise, Paramount. It's my number 5 movie of the year, because oh my god, that little bug has turned into a full-on virus. I'm infected with Tom Cruise now. He's the coolest guy. I don't care that he's a Scientologist. He's all is forgiven, because he drove a motorcycle off a cliff and crashed into a bus, and there was a train. Seeing this was the first one I saw in a theater, and was just really magical for me personally. I've come to terms that Fallout is probably a better movie, but I still really, 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 really love this one. I told you I'd bring him up again. Shea Wiggum is in this, and him and Ethan Hunt are in love. They kiss off screen. Yeah, they do.
I don't care about him, hon! I want you!
Other standouts in this one, I mean, Haley Atwell is incredible. Probably my favorite of Ethan's brunettes, if I'm gonna be honest here. Just something different for a Mission Impossible character that I really appreciated. Also, Pom Klementieff is, wow, incredible. Like, mostly silent or French, which is, we're gonna say it was silent because French people suck. But she is incredible in this. Some absolutely great action scenes. Definitely gotta mention the alleyway fight. That was just so well shot, and it's like such tight corners, and it's one of those where like it feels like there's not even like, sometimes there's like a CGI camera or something somewhere in there, or like a fake wall. It feels like they actually shot in a really cramped alleyway, and they had to shove a camera guy in there who had to finagle around all this action, which was, oh, it got me so hyped. And the car chase in Rome, which was only a little like worse compared to the one from Fast X. I want Tom Cruise to make these. I can't wait for him to infiltrate Warner Brothers and kill David Zaslav and become the president of movies.
Dawning on me that I'm hanging out with my girlfriend's boyfriend.
Number 4 is a banger.
And I know bangers.
I know bangers. Number 4 is Past Lives, directed by Celine Song. Snubbed, starring Greta Lee. Snubbed, and is a... Did this one get the Oscar nomination for screenplay?
I think so.
Oh, well, if it didn't, snub! The Oscars, they kind of hated this one, at least compared to other movies that I haven't seen but are probably bad. Like this one right here. But I completely love this one. I've seen it twice now. Watched it in theater and at home. And tearjerker both times. Absolutely love Greta Lee in this one. She's doing some incredible things, and I want to see her in more things. Just a beautifully written movie that has some incredible shots. One of my favorites is towards the beginning when they're little guys and they're saying goodbye to each other, and they walk their separate ways. It's just a completely gorgeous shot. I really appreciate how they handled the character of Arthur. A guy who had every right to, like, probably be, like, pretty mad. If we're not gonna lie, like, not gonna be around the bush. There's some, like, flirty things going on here. But dude's really chill. He knows his wife is going to hang out with this guy, but he's just chilling at home playing PS5. And, like, you know, I gotta respect that. Gotta respect the dude. And he's really nice to our homeboy up here. I forgot his name, too.
Teo Wu?
Teo Wu?
Or Teo Yu?
That's his name.
Yeah, I don't remember his character's name, to be honest. That one I don't remember.
Homeboy. The best part of this movie by far, though, is that there is a scene in the first, like, part where it's in present day where Greta Lee and Arthur, the character, are walking down the street and they walk by a GameStop and there's a big old poster of Luigi. And that might have been the biggest I've ever smiled in a movie theater ever.
Did you want to add the fun fact that it's based off of the director's true life?
I didn't know that.
I didn't know that
Is it still
either.
recording?
Yeah.
I'm just going to use that.
It's about...
Thanks to our camera light guy, producer. I almost said editor, but that's me.
And me.
No.
You don't have a thought behind those eyes, do you?
Alright, my number 3 movie of the year is one that I feel unfortunately got a little overshadowed for me because I saw it as part of a double feature and it was the first movie I saw that night. Still totally loved it, but the movie that's coming up next, well, we'll get to that. But Poor Things is incredible. Emma Stone gives probably her best performance in this one. Just seeing her go from, like, you know, like a little, like, baby kind of person inside of an Emma Stone head going to a not-so-baby person who's, like, just kind of an emotionally immature adult kind of guy in a Emma Stone kind of person-looking person. She gives a great performance. I'm still banking on Lily Gladstone to win because her performance was great in Killers of the Flower Moon, but I would not be upset if Emma Stone won. I think everyone in this movie is great. Willem Dafoe gives a great little weird performance where he goes like, and then a bubble comes out and he burps. And then Mark Ruffalo is really incredible in this. Really nice to see him, and, like, I love him as Bruce Banner, but I'm really happy to see him and something that's not Bruce Banner for the first time in a while. He kills it. There's a great bit in the middle where he's dancing with Bella. It's in the trailers, but, like, Zach, can you come up here?
Okay.
So this is Bruce Banner. No, it's not.
I'm Bruce Banner.
This is Mark Ruffalo, and I am Emma Stone. And there's a bit where they're dancing, and Emma Stone's going like, yeah, and he's going like this.
Yeah!
And I want to dance like this with someone for real.
You are, Michael.
You're right, I am. There's just a lot of amazing things going on with this movie that I would love to study. The production design especially it's set in, like, Victorian, like, Europe, but it's just so, like, heightened and, like, kind of mystified and technologically advanced, and there's just so many little things, especially, like, the title cards that play between the chapters of the story are incredibly realized and beautiful, and I don't know, I really need to see this one again. Like I said, it got a little overshadowed for me by the next movie I'm going to talk about, but just, it made me feel like a poor thing because I
Shut up.
I got you for 3 minutes. 3 minutes of heat time.
Now, my number 2 movie of the year is delivered to you. Yes, the movie I saw directly after Poor Things was The Iron Claw, and oh my god, what a movie. Right off the bat, Zac Efron gives a hell of a performance in this one. He's really come such a long way as an actor from, you know, he's doing High School Musical, and he was good in those, and then, like, he had, like, a bit where he was in The Greatest Showman, and now he's giving Oscar-worthy performances, Academy. You hear that? But really, everyone in this movie gives a heck of a performance. All of the brothers just really make you feel for the situations that they're going through. I really think that all of the wrestling that's done in this movie, like, you know, it's fake, but it looks really good. You can just get into the energy of it all. I'm not like a huge wrestling guy, but like in the same way that like Rocky like makes you really care about the characters, and then in turn the boxing feels more important to you, this kind of does the same thing with that, where each time that they're wrestling, whatever character you're focusing on at the time, the motivations really sink in deep to you, and you feel for the characters when they're wrestling. And even though they're just kind of getting fake punched and they're taking people out with the iron claw, it's just super good. The first half of the movie is just kind of like a dude's rock kind of movie, but then the second half just packs a whole nother punch. It really was impressive how heartbreaking a movie can be. So be prepared for tears if you see this one, but it just absolutely floored me. I've been thinking about it nonstop. I saw it a month ago and I'm still like, this movie is like everything. And really quick, just before we get to the number one, I do want to shout out a couple of honorable mentions. These aren't necessarily movies that are like, you know, 13, 14, 15 on my list, but they are ones that I really enjoy that maybe people aren't talking about as much. I want to shout out Air. Really loved Air. Just a really funny time, despite being a corporate biopic. It's got Matt Damon in it. I don't know, you couldn't like a movie with Matt Damon in it. Next up, I got Saw X here. Probably the best Saw movie. Saw 1 might still be the best one, but I really love Saw X. Tobin Bell should be nominated for the Cutest Little Grandpa Award. He's just a little guy. He's not actually... He's justified. Then I got A Haunting in Venice. I haven't seen the other two of the Kenneth Branagh little detective story things, but this one was really fun. He goes crazy with the camera work in this one. Highly recommended, especially if you thought the other two were lackluster. This one is really fun. And last up here, I got A Man Called Otto. No one's talking about this. He has a cat now.
I have a cat.
This is just a feel-good one that is way better than it has any right to be. So if you want a little good time at the movies and you like Tom Hanks, highly recommend A Man Called Otto. Also, go watch Bottoms, go watch Theater Camp, go watch The Meg 2.
Who I grew up watching?
Roderick Rules.
Yes! Roger Rules, yes!
Yeah.
And my number one movie of the year is Oppenheimer. This movie is just such an incredible feat. I still cannot fathom how this 400-page book got turned into a 3-hour movie that covers so much time, different timelines, it jumps around, somehow is not only feasible, but just an incredible work of art that I keep coming back to. I've seen this movie 7 times now, twice in 70mm IMAX, which just is the amount of times I would just stare at the screen, eyes wide, jaw dropped. It's just such an impressive movie.
You can hear the car in the background.
I don't care. I truly think this is one of the most momentous pieces of art that has ever been made, at least in the 21st century. It's unlike anything that I've ever seen before. The way that the score makes every scene feel more important than the last, it just kind of flows in a way where the 3 hours feels like 2 hours. There are just so many moments of awe in this movie, whether it be the Trinity test, the moment in the gym where Oppenheimer is giving his speech, the interrogation of the final scene, even just the final scene with Oppenheimer and Einstein just gives you chills. And every time I've seen this movie in a theater, I've walked out of that theater in silence and just kind of contemplated I just had to take a moment just to process what I'd seen and think about what happens in the future, because This is just a special movie. Obviously, it's one of the best casts of all time. Cillian Murphy, God, just so incredible. I don't care, I'm saying it again. He's just such an incredible actor. And everyone in this bringing their A game. Robert Downey Jr., Matthew Damon.
Matthew! Get out!
Emily Blunt, Florence Pugh. The list goes on and on to like the minor characters. David Krumholtz is incredible in this. Jason Clarke. I can't get it out of my head. The little bit where he's interrogating Oppenheimer and he goes, "No, you! I'm asking you, doctor!" It gives me so much hype. This is the best movie of all time, actually. And
Josh Peck.
Everyone in this is so good. I just want to keep naming them. You got Josh Hartnett, you got Dane DeHaan, you got David Dashmalchian, you got Rami Malek just showing up to hand a pin to Oppenheimer. And he smacks it, and he gives a weird little smile. And just like everything about this, like the performances, score, great. But the way it's shot, the way the little atoms are floating around and Oppenheimer seeing them, and the way it's edited together, just that it never gives you a moment to breathe. I was talking about it with buddies, from like hour 1 to 2, there's no break until Emily Blunt is told to bring in the sheets and it fades to black, and that's like the first time you get to breathe. And I don't know, there's just nothing like this movie. It's perfect to me. There are my top 12 movies of 2023. Honestly, probably the best year for movies, at least in my film head state since I've really gotten into movies. This has been the most special year for me. This first year I got AMC A-List. First time I've seen a movie 7 times in theaters. A lot of great stuff going on. I appreciate you watching this. In the comments below, let me know what your favorite movie of the year. Also throw a little hate, throw a little shade. I didn't talk about my least favorite movie of the year, which was Zoe 102. But I want to hear what you hated, but I also want to hear what you love. And yeah, until next time, Zach, say something funny.
Albert Einstein was cute.
Isn't he so cute?
He's so cute.